Hi everybody, I'm Lauren Tappan and welcome to the Walk's new interview series called The Word. I'll be interviewing people in our community to engage in conversations about culture, identity, fashion, beauty, and so much more.
Welcome guys. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your outfits.
Okay.
What are you wearing right now? What do you like about your outfits? Just tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing nothing name brand actually. So this jacket, I was really contemplating keeping it or returning it because I actually bought it for a costume for like a cowboys and aliens themed like outfit that I was wearing. So I wanted something like bright, like metallic.
Yeah.
And it came in the mail the day after the event. So then I was like,
Oh,
what should I
so
do with
cute.
this? So I was gonna return it, but then like I put it on with some jeans and I was like,
Yeah.
you know what, this might work.
So it does.
And a lot of people
It's
have been
really
complimenting it. And like the first time I wore it, I was really like insecure because I was like, oh, this is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
But then this like lady that was selling kombucha was like, I love your jacket. And I was like, okay. So then I kept it. The jeans are actually Tolu's.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys can fit like each other's clothes and you
Yeah.
swap sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
so it's like two closets.
Yeah.
Because my
Wow,
jeans
nice.
ripped recently, so my favorite black jeans are gone. So thank you, Tolu. And then I have these like white like little heel booties that I really really like, but I just never wear because I feel like the heel's kind of a lot for a casual. But
Yeah.
then when I go out, I wear like open toe heels.
Right.
So this is the perfect day to wear it.
I love that.
That's what I'm wearing.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
My turn.
So here we have Gucci,
Oh.
Chanel on the street. No, that's a lie. I'm actually wearing, so this is from Urban Outfitters, this jacket, but I got it 50% off sale. So that is how you shop at
Ooh,
Urban
that's how you
Outfitters.
shop.
They have
Wow.
sales all
Okay.
the time, and then they'll, I'm on their listserv, because I'm a member or whatever, and they're like 50% off sale, and I'm like, period. So yeah, that's where this jacket is from. This is an old jumpsuit from like freshman year. I got it from Zoomies for like.
I've never heard of that.
You haven't heard of Zoomies?
No.
Oh, wait, Zoomies?
No.
What?
Wait, what is wrong with me? Wait, I feel like I need to do some research.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zoomies is like the
I know, funny.
it's like the skater shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
a skater shop.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
If
like.
they're still in business.
It was a while ago. I like walked by and I was like, and like I thought it was so cute, so I got it. But it's funny because I haven't worn it since freshman year.
Really?
Yeah.
So what made you like pull it out of your closet today? Like what popped out?
So when we were deciding what we were gonna wear, we
Mhm.
started with the jackets, right?
Yeah.
She pulled this out, I pulled this out, and I'm like, okay, I need something to match this, preferably with white.
Right.
And I'm like, I would love to wear a jumpsuit because I love jumpsuits. They're easy, like it's one thing and I'm out the door, right?
Yeah.
So I saw this, I was like, let's see if I like this. I put it on, she's like, oh, I like that. And
Yeah.
I put the jacket on, I put the docs on, and I'm like, period.
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
And it worked out.
It worked out. We looked at each other. We said, "All right."
So do you guys usually start with the outerwear first? Is that what you're saying? Or like
Today we did.
okay,
Today,
so
I
it really
feel like-
depends on the
yeah.
day.
It does. It
Okay,
does.
got you. Yeah, sometimes I'm always a mix. Like I really
Yeah.
don't know. Sometimes I'll start with the pants.
Yeah.
Other times it's the top. Like honestly,
Yeah.
It's
I never
hard.
know. I never know. But if you guys were to describe each other's style, what would you say about one another?
Okay, I'll go first. So, if I had to describe Neche's style, I'd say trendy. Very trendy. Very cute and like subtly sexy. Not like overly sexy, but like she always got some leg or some little bit going on. And I'm
That's
looking
true.
like, damn, like, y'all can't just be out like that. But I love how confident you are. That's the one thing I would describe about your style because no matter what you're wearing, you're like, I look good and that's on period. And she does. So yeah.
Aww. We never talked about this. But like Tolu's style is like one of a kind. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna ever find someone who's dressed like Tolu. And Tolu will like buy something and everyone's like, what is going on here? Like recently she bought this like jumpsuit and it was like all denim. So it looked kind of like a mechanic.
Really? Uh-huh.
And she like put a poll on Instagram like, should I get this? And everyone said no. And she still
And you got it anyway?
She bought it anyway. But I was like, okay, Tolu's gonna kill it. Like she's gonna make it look
Yeah.
good. Like it'll be the craziest things, and she'll put it on. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, like go ahead, girl. And she always looks still. Like no matter what she wears,
Yeah.
it'll look good. She'll wear them long skirts. Like when I first met her freshman year, that was the one thing I was like, this girl be wearing them long skirts. Like you know, like the long skirt like Amish people wear, or like moms wear. Like Tolu will wear those, but then she'll put like some sneakers on, a nice top.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. No, it's just like retro, but like trendy, but like always looks good.
Yeah.
Always looks
No,
good.
I love everything that you guys wear, honestly. I really do. But what gives you like the confidence to make or take those risks, or you know?
I don't know. I'm a fan of just like patterns and colors.
Yeah.
And I've kind of always been a fashionista since birth. Like when I was very, very young, I would have like 20 bangles on one hand, like always had a pocketbook, and my parents would tell me no matter where I was going, my outfit was always like coordinated in some way, whether it was like all red or all blue, and like when I was younger I looked a hot mess, but I was always matching.
But you're confident about it.
Exactly.
And that's what counts, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
I think it's a form of expression for me.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I just like to be fun with like whatever I'm wearing. You know, a lot of people stick to black, but I feel like black's kind of boring sometimes. But it's also necessary because I'm trying to get more black into my wardrobe. Because sometimes I'm not trying to stand out all the time. Like, I just want to blend in.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
For me, I think it started in high school. I'll never forget, like, I would just, like, see things at the store, and I'm like, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I will never forget the first time I wore, like, this American Apparel, like, tropical top, some high-waisted shorts that I made myself. And then I got this giant, like, hat. Like, it was, like, a giant,
that sounds real
black,
California.
it was like a black sun hat, but it was, like, big and floppy. And I was like, I'm going to wear this hat with my outfit. And I'll never forget, I wore it to school, and I had never done something like that before. And all, like, the kids were like, and I was so sad, like, I was so insecure. First, I was like, oh no, but then I was like, actually, no. Like, I looked at the girl, I was like, I like this, and I look good.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're all haters. And I was like, I liked it. So after that, like, coming to college and just over the years, like, taking that risk, like, some people are gonna be like, what? But there's also gonna be those people that are like, damn, like, I wish I could wear that.
Exactly.
And I feel like when I go to, like, any place, like, anywhere I go, when people walk into the room, the first thing I recognize is their outfit.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, when I see someone that's dressed so well, I'm interested, like, immediately.
So you
and I'm
observe,
like, so like literally
Of
like that's
course.
first impression. I'm like, wow, like that girl's just so nice. I want to know her, and that's literally how I operate. Like, and with everything that I do, like no matter where I'm going, like I will be walking down Locust and I will stop a person like, I love your jacket.
Really?
Yeah, because like
nice.
I saw the girl with the big pink fluffy jacket, and I was like, not anyone could like, not everyone has the confidence to wear that, and she wore it, and I was like, I respect that. So I love that. So like after just like once you like get over like the being insecure thing, like once you have the confidence, like it's like you walk into the room and it's like here I am.
Yeah,
I love
exactly. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So what fashion inspiration do you guys have? Like what do you draw from? Is it like a specific artist? Is it an actress? Like who do you look to in terms of saying like, hey, like I really like that style and that's kind of what I want to interpret into my own? Or do you kind of just pull from anywhere?
Yeah. Like originally, I kind of just pull from anywhere. Like
Yeah.
whatever I'm feeling is what I wear.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, whatever's in my closet. But I think Solange is one of my fashion icons.
Definitely.
Along with Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh, for sure.
Both of
For
them.
sure.
I love their styles. And like, not that I like see some of their styles in me, but I see that we're on the same wavelength in a way.
Yeah.
And if I had money, I'd probably look like them. So
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
I also follow a lot of like athleisure brands and like
Okay.
streetwear brands on Instagram. I'm trying to get more streetwear into my
I feel that.
in my closet. But since I'm from New York, like streetwear is a big thing.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I haven't mastered that look yet, but I'm working on it.
But you're on your way.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Cool.
For me, like I don't have a person that I like look towards. Like in high school, I told you I would just like go to the store and be like, I like that, and just go from there. But I think now, like with the rise of social media and like the rise of like Instagram, like influencers, like I'll be scrolling and like I'll see something I like and I'm like, ooh, and I save it, like you know, like the little save button. So like I'll save like all these different people's, like mostly because I like how they look, like as a person, like the whole thing. I'm like, love this. But then like you'll see like trends. Like when I see trends, like I pick up on them quick. Like I'm like, I like how that girl did that. Like with the biker shorts. Like when I first saw biker shorts and the t-shirt and the sneakers, I said, oh, I said the first time I saw that, I said, say, what's that about? out. And then next thing you know, it's like building.
Exactly.
Everyone has biker shorts. So
Yeah.
like whenever I see something that I like, I'm like, ooh, I like that. Like, and I'll literally like save it. And then when I see it in the store, I'm like, I need to get that because I saw that one Instagram post, and I think I could do something with that.
So
and then
like,
like
social media helps you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Like I like ride the wave. Sometimes I'll see something I like on my own, but then I definitely ride the wave.
Cool. Interesting. So let's get into your friendship a little bit. So tell me how you guys met. For those of you who don't know, I know. But for those of you who don't know, tell them a little bit about how you guys met and like where it all started.
I can tell it.
Yeah.
Speaking of fashion, so I live in California, and in California, I guess like our like school timeline is like a little behind the like East Coast. So when we first got into Penn, there was like this group chat of like UPenn girls 2020, and it was like a group. It was like a group meet, and I remember like it was so random, just the girls that got into Penn. And like in the group chat one day, I was looking through it, and people were sending their prom dresses. But prom for me wasn't for like a month. And some of them, like East Coast, had already had prom or something. So I was like, let me shop for a prom dress in here. So I was like looking at everyone's dresses, like, I was like, but then I got to one. It was like white and gold, and I was like, I like this. I said, who is like? Let me message this girl. So I messaged the girl, and I'm like, hey, like, where'd you get your prom dress? Like, I haven't had prom. Like, I want to like maybe shop at the same boutique. It was her. Like, it was her. So we were like chatting, and she like told me the place. I looked online. It was so expensive. I said, oh, absolutely not. Like, my parents don't do all that. So I was like, this is cute though. But like, I just kept it pushing. And then like we started chatting, and I saw her name. Like, I know Nigerian names, and I'm like, are you Nigerian? And she's like, yeah. But like, I thought she was gonna ask me, like, are you? But like, I was like, oh, like, I am too. And she's like, what? Like, I thought you were like Indian or something.
Yeah, because I've never seen your name. So I'm not well versed in Igbo names.
And she's Yoruba, I'm Igbo. So we're two different types of Nigerians.
Exactly. So I saw ToluNaeche loom, and then I saw Vincent. I was like, but I should realize that the chi was Igbo. But then we had Neche, and then the loom, and threw it off. And then from the picture, I think
I was on the beach, turned around or something.
And you had like straight hair. I don't know what it was. But I'm like, maybe she's Indian. I don't know. I can't really tell.
So I'm over here asking her, are you Nigerian? And she's like, what is going on?
Oh, that's why you're Indian. I was like, I'm a dummy.
Yeah. So I was like, so am I. She's like, oh. But yeah, so then like we follow each other on Instagram. And I remember I was looking at her Instagram, and I was like, this girl dresses nice. Like, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, she dresses nice. She's pretty.
Say that earlier. That's
I was like, is that first thing I noticed? I was like, she dresses nice and she's pretty. I said, and she's Nigerian. I said, she reminds me of me already. Like, I was literally like, I see myself in her. And I knew I wanted a roommate who was like similar to me, just because like, just like the little things, like doing your hair, talking about your parents, like just things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, I need something like that. But I'm not the type of person who's gonna ask you to be my roommate.
Gotcha.
So I was like looking at her Instagram, I was like, pretty girl, wish she would be my roommate, but that's all I really like. I'll just put it out into the world, but that's it. Like, and I didn't say anything. And then like 2 days later, I get a message from her, and she's like,
I was in class.
You really?
Yeah, I was in class. I was like, I don't know if I should ask her now, but what if someone else asked her and she's gone? And I was looking at your Insta, and I'm like, it was your modern hippie.
I was your modern hippie.
Wait, that was your
my username was your modern hippie.
Girl,
it was. I was
At the time in high school, I was like, I would consider myself a hipster. So like, period, like that's it.
That's it.
Match made in heaven.
Right.
Like, you were cute. You're from California. It was different, you know. And I loved that. I loved your page because like you exuded that like hipster like esque, and I
was like palm trees.
I
was like a hippie for Halloween.
I loved that. So I was in class and I was like, like, what if someone else asked me? You know, because I asked like one other girl, but that was so random. I don't know why I did that. But anyways, I was like, I gotta shoot my shot. And I was like, hey, like, do you have a roommate? Do you have
really?
And I was like,
so that's how it started.
And I wanted to ask her. But I was like, I can't ask her. So she asked me. And I was like, perfect. And then the next day, this other girl asked me to be her roommate. So I was like, if she hadn't have asked me that day, then we never would have been roommates.
And this never would have happened.
No, it never would have happened. We always think about that all the time. If we were not roommates, because we have now been roommates for 4 years, and we're gonna live together later after college. Yeah. So I'm like, if that never happened, if I didn't ask her about her prom dress, this literally never would have happened.
Never. Oh, the whole friendship.
Is that
crazy?
That's wild.
Wow. Okay, so tell us, like, in terms of your friendship, how do you guys maintain a healthy friendship? Like, what does that mean to you? If you get into like a disagreement or something like that, how do you settle that? And how do things work for you guys?
It's funny you say that because we don't really get into disagreements.
Really?
Like in our 4 years, we haven't had a fight, period.
No.
Or like any of like major problems.
No, it's never been like, oh,
Yeah.
Really?
I think we just like get each other.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I feel like it starts with the type, like personalities, baseline.
Yeah.
Because there's
True.
certain things that I would never do because of morals to her, like that would disrespect her, and that she would also never do to me.
So you
Exactly.
guys know each other super well.
Yeah.
So you know what boundaries not to cross.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So like in our outer friend group, like people would do things, and I'm like, what? And
Yeah.
I still, she's like, why would they do that? And like
Yeah.
literally, we're both outraged.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the same page. So
Yeah.
like little things, we're like, wash the dishes. No, you wash the dishes. Like literally,
Yeah.
that's literally the only thing
Okay.
like ever like disagree
Yeah.
about.
It seems to just work out for you
It
guys.
just works
honestly.
out. Some things are meant to be. Like this is meant to be.
I definitely think that. I definitely
College wouldn't have been like this
sweet.
if we were not friends.
Not
or
Really?
at all.
You guys have had a completely different experience.
completely different.
I don't even know where we would be.
I don't
I
know.
wonder if like we would know each other.
I don't know if we even know each other.
That's
I don't
insane.
know.
That's crazy to think about it. Like that small moment where you
Right?
asked, like that's
If I didn't ask in class, if I was paying attention in literature, you
Right.
wouldn't have been my roommate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Would have had a totally different college experience. Probably would have had different friend groups.
right.
For sure.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
honestly.
sure.
Different friend groups.
Wow. So how did you guys? So I know you guys started your YouTube channel.
Mhm.
How did that start? That started like after your first year of friendship, or like how did you guys, get into that?
Yeah, you could say that. It was like after, so I was moving out freshman year.
Our first YouTube video was when she was moving out. Her
Moving
mom was
out,
on the
my mom was on the
couch.
couch sleeping because she drove from New York and she was like, let me take a
funny.
nap.
Okay.
So while she was taking a nap, we're like, okay, let's make this video.
Yeah, we're like, we have
So
to
it just
film it.
came out of nowhere.
Because we had talked about it a little bit,
Okay.
and like I came into college. I love photography, like I love videography. So I have a camera. Like, and
okay.
everywhere we would go, I would take my big old camera and record.
Yeah, I remember.
No,
that. I remember.
No matter where we went, I would have that camera around my neck, like this big old camera. And I was like, what are you taking pictures for? Like, what are you recording for? I'm like, I don't know. And I literally just record everything we did. Because I would always be like, I don't want to forget. Like, I don't know what I think is gonna happen in the future. But I'm obsessed with like recording everything. Like I feel like if I don't document this, I will never remember it.
Yeah.
So like
that's
I would
true.
record every like significant moment we had. My first concert,
Really?
us getting our ears pierced together,
Yes.
like all the little things. I would take my camera. So then by the end of freshman year, I have like a year's worth of footage
Wow.
and nothing to do with
Yeah.
this.
We had no
you're like,
intro
might
video.
as
And
well.
yeah, so what was it? We were like, we might as well turn this into like a YouTube video to show
Yeah.
people what freshman year was like.
Yeah.
But we didn't have an intro video.
Yeah.
So then we filmed an
Okay.
intro video before she's literally about to move out. I was like, we have to film our intro. And if you look at it, we literally look crazy. Like literally like
crazy.
hair.
Do you ever look back and like cringe at some of the
Oh,
stuff?
I didn't even
Okay,
watch it.
cool.
I didn't even
I don't
watch
watch
it.
it either. I don't watch
I'll see the
But you
thumbnails.
want to keep it on there
Yeah.
to show people like
Where
how
we
far you
started.
guys
It's
got.
like our first video, and it's literally I don't even know what we're talking about on there.
I don't even know.
Really?
It was literally like my crazy hair. Like I think were you wearing glasses?
I think it was.
And we were just sitting there like
That's
so.
so funny.
I mentioned that's
a white
ToluNaeche. Like
nothing in the back. So
That
bland.
is
yeah,
hilarious.
and then we just made a compilation of freshman year, and it got like we did not
Yeah.
expect anyone to watch it.
Really?
Like it wasn't like,
Okay.
oh, let's start this channel and let's get all these
You kind of just did it
viewers.
for fun.
We just
Yeah.
posted it for fun,
Wow.
and then there we are.
Wow. Why do you think that it was so successful? Like, what made it?
I think it's because people could see how genuine and like raw it was.
Yeah,
Like we weren't doing it for any sort of reasons. We didn't really have a direction of the channel at the time.
Okay.
Like it wasn't geared towards what it is now.
Okay.
And you just recorded all those
Just
random
recorded.
snippets.
Yeah.
And like it
Shout
was
out
just
to
like
your
a random compilation
Yeah.
of things we did freshman year, and like I don't know, I also think our personalities helped
yeah.
because we would do these things that people who don't have certain personalities would like go to a concert and almost die.
Oh, it's
like,
so crazy.
get their ears pierced together,
Yeah.
and other things. But yeah,
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you were to describe like your target audience, or do you have a target audience, or do you kind of just like put it out there for everyone, or is there a specific group of people that you make your channel for?
Yeah, so that was just like freshman year recap. So
Yeah.
after that, everyone that was watching it was like high schoolers who were coming to college
Okay.
who wanted to see what Penn was like.
Yeah.
So like that became like the most people that were watching it, like messaging us like, please make a video about this. Like we want to see this about
Right,
Penn, this
yeah.
about Penn. So
Yeah.
we just started recording things about Penn.
Okay.
But then we were like, okay, we can't just talk about Penn because there's gonna be people who watch our videos who don't get into Penn,
Mm-hmm.
and like they can still like benefit from advice
Yeah.
like in college in general. So it just became like people younger than us.
Okay.
So like anyone who like we're experiencing things and we just make videos about our experiences and
Okay.
like the tips that we can share with like younger people
Yeah.
about what we've gone through.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things we didn't have guidance in. Like we
No.
just like life. We've just been living life.
Yeah.
Like in the, like even like applying to colleges. Like my parents are immigrants. My parents are immigrants.
Okay.
Like so like I didn't have like any of the SAT prep. Like
Yes.
I didn't know. Like I didn't know about Penn. Like Penn was a random place I applied to because I had a friend talk about it.
Really?
Yeah. So like these were just
Oh, wow.
like so there's just so many things now that I look back on. I'm like you need to do this. You need to do that.
Exactly.
Make sure you're involved in this. And like we just
Yeah.
make videos about that because
Yeah.
there's so many kids out there that might have parents like us who didn't know.
Exactly.
So like if we can be like their little resource on YouTube
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
that they can like look at and be like, oh my gosh, I need to get involved in this, I need to
Yeah.
do that. Oh my goodness, I didn't know I need to apply like this early for X, Y, and Z. Then we want to be that. Like
Yeah.
just the random girls on YouTube helping
Yeah.
the kids that are
I
younger
feel
than
like
us.
that's so genuine though.
Yeah.
If there was like one piece of advice that you would give to your viewers, that you wish you had known earlier, what would that be?
Okay. If I had to give one piece of advice to my viewers that I wish someone told me was to be yourself no matter what from day one.
Okay. That's good.
Because once you're yourself, day one, your true authentic self, then there are no surprises going forward. You know, there's no disappointment because you know that you're being your best self, and everything else that comes around you or happens around you, you know, isn't a byproduct of you not being your best self.
Okay.
And I think that saves you from a lot of disagreements in the future, a lot of, I don't know, I think it takes a weight off your shoulders knowing that, you know, you're not being, not fake, but like
Inauthentic.
inauthentic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For me, I think the biggest thing that I wish I would have known before I got to college was that everything works out.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, like especially looking back on these 4 years, everything works out.
That is so
Like
true.
you will have those days where you are just so low down, you think life could not get any worse. It's like this is it. Like this is the end of my road.
Yeah.
But like magically, like a few months go by, like a few weeks go by, you're waking up and something good happens. Or
Yeah.
like because of the bad thing that happened to you, something good happens because of it.
Yeah.
And like everything works out.
Right.
Like and I feel like that's just like really important to remember because it's hard. It's so hard. Like, I still struggle with trying to think of that when I'm in a bad situation or when I'm feeling down.
Yeah.
But then like time goes by and you look back and it's like, wow, look at me now.
Yeah.
And you think about like those lows in your life is that you learn so much from
That's so
that.
true.
You learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about the people around you,
True.
and you literally just like go through life in like a way better like sense because you have the experience now. And like bad things like literally can't like harm you anymore. Like it's like not like you're invincible, but like you take things better. Whether that's like relationships or like trying to get a job or like internships, like anything like that. Like it will literally all work out for the better. For the better most times.
Wow. That's such a good piece of advice. I feel like you guys should have a talk show.
I was always like,
No, honestly, like the dynamic that you guys have,
Right?
like, take that YouTube channel and run with it.
I was always like, what if we had a podcast instead of a YouTube
I
channel?
mean, maybe that's the
But then
next
again, I
step.
like to see myself.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do both. You could have a video and then also turn it into a podcast.
That's true.
That's
I like
awesome.
the visual
Advice,
aspect.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like life advice, because I feel like we're good at that. I feel like I'm seasoned.
Right?
No, college honestly teaches you so much.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
And time passes by so quickly.
Bro.
That's
The fact
another piece of
that-
advice.
I
Hello.
feel like we were just at the toga party, like
Freshman
No,
year.
honestly, I remember that.
I had just left the hospital and came. I get sick all the time, so I literally was at the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Came back to school, put my toga on, and went to the toga party with
my
tissues.
God. Stop.
I remember that.
Straight from the hospital.
No, the way time flies, like it's actually insane. The fact that graduation is coming up so soon. How are you guys feeling about that?
First of all, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Let's
Oh my gosh, she is speaking of
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
I'm
too.
super excited for that. And honestly, like every day, something in me is like, just let me just graduate. Like I'm ready to
So you're kinda
graduate.
ready?
I think I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting tired of like the routine.
I feel
I'm
that.
getting tired of wearing a backpack. I'm getting tired of having to see certain people every single day in this routine, you know? And I don't know. So I went to this summit in October,
Okay.
like Forbes Under 30 Summit. And
Oh.
I was with some people that I met at this program I did this summer.
Yeah.
And I had a really great time in like a different environment.
Yeah.
And I just appreciated being with non-pen people.
Mhm.
And like that made me realize how much of a type pen people are. And like outside of that environment, life is life, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because a lot of people get stuck in pen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's hard to detach from it when you go here for 4 years. But
Definitely.
I think I'm ready to get back into like regular life again.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
On the same note, like after working in New York this summer,
Mhm.
that was like my first time like away from my parents, like in a new city. Like my friends were there, but I lived by myself, like in a
Oh,
different
okay.
place. So like even like waking up, getting ready for work, going to work, like taking
Yeah.
learning the subways
Yeah.
of New York. I learned the subways of New York.
Yeah.
Literally was going all these places from
Right.
Brooklyn to Harlem, like all this stuff.
Mhm.
And just like I remember like when I first got to New York, I'd be walking, I would always look up. Because I'd be like, wow. Like I would be like
Really?
mesmerized. And I think like and I spent a lot of time alone this summer. So like just thinking like, wow, like this is really like
Yeah.
real. Like this
Yeah.
is life. Like
Mhm.
and I'm looking at everyone like walking to work and I'm like, this is crazy.
This is
like it was like kind of like at first I was like, oh my god, like I'm like,
It's
I don't know.
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to be a part of the working team. Like, oh my god. But like it was like comfortable because I was like, I still have another year at Penn, so I get to go back to being a child.
Exactly.
But now I'm like, all right, like
You're
Penn is
ready.
great and all. Like, I'm so happy like that I got to go here. Love like all the experiences, like
Definitely.
all the
Yeah.
opportunities that it presented me with. But it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm ready to go. Like,
Right.
I don't like doing homework.
Oh,
I don't
I
like
can't anymore.
and I don't
I
like
can't.
studying.
I know.
So like going to law school.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right.
But I think I'm ready to like just go. Like
Yeah,
it's just time. It's time. I will miss it, and I'm
I
gonna
will.
miss like being that reckless child with
Yeah.
like no. Well, there's consequences, but like no like major consequences.
Right,
Like there's
right.
no job to lose or anything
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
You know.
yeah.
It's like kind of like a slap on the wrist when you mess up around here,
Mhm.
which is like nice to have.
Mhm.
And I'm nervous like when we get to the real world, there's no slap on the wrist. Like it's like that's your life, but I'm definitely ready. Like I'm definitely ready to go on.
That's excited. So what do you think is like the next step for you guys in terms of moving on and graduating from Penn? and all
Yeah.
that? I know you touched upon it a little bit earlier in terms of like moving together and stuff,
Yeah.
but how do you see like your lives playing out after this?
So initially in my head, I was like, because I'll be working in New York at Bloomberg this summer.
That's
I
awesome.
interned for them the past 2 summers,
Okay.
and I'm going back. So
Yay!
so I'll be in New York working for them. And initially, I thought I'd live at home because I live on Long
Right.
Island.
Okay.
Right? I thought I'd save some money, pay my loans back, you know. But then I realized that's not the life I want to live for myself.
Mhm.
Especially being from New York, I've never lived in the city.
Okay.
And I know how much fun I would have, but outside of fun, I would appreciate that lifestyle better
Yeah.
than like living at home on Long Island.
Mhm.
So then, you know, I came at first I told her in the
Yeah,
very beginning,
that's
yeah,
right.
we'll live together. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna live at home.
And I was like, I said, okay. I said, whoa. I said, I need to figure this out. He's like, if I'm not living with Tolu, who am I living with? Yeah.
But then I thought about it again and I'm like, no, this isn't right. Like
yeah.
no matter how much money I'd save, I just wouldn't
It wouldn't feel the same.
it wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah.
And coming, you know, living at Penn for 4 years, living the lifestyles that we have,
Mhm.
and then going back to my high school life, no, like
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna work. That wasn't gonna work. So then the next step for us would be to get an apartment in New York
Yeah.
Okay.
and live together.
Yeah.
And you know, I did my thing at Bloomberg, and then
Yeah. And then I'm so this past summer I actually worked at JP Morgan.
Okay.
But like for full time I'm moving on to like Goldman Sachs and yeah, better company. No shade. I'm working in the legal department though. So like
Okay.
I don't have to work crazy investment banking hours.
Yeah, 'cause I
I
work
get-
those hours. Oh my god.
The money was nice, but like it got to the point where the money was
Yeah.
not worth the suffering.
Yeah.
So I'm working in the legal department, which makes sense because I'm going to law
does
school
make sense.
Yeah.
after 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. So I'm gonna live in New York for 2
Yeah.
years, but for sure so far that's my contract for 2
Okay.
years. Working legal,
Yeah.
and then law school. Where is that
Wow.
gonna take me?
You never
Will I be at
know.
Columbia? I don't know. Will I go back to California? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's literally like 2 years question mark.
Right.
Yeah. But like
at
for the
least you
next
can-
2 years I've
yeah.
locked that in.
Yeah, and you can live in that moment and just be like happy,
Yeah.
you know, with the fact that you guys are gonna be in New York together.
Yeah.
Like that's so exciting.
Normal hours,
Yeah.
you guys go to happy hour.
Exactly.
You know, like this whole summer, like we always try to go to happy hour. And I'm like,
Really?
dude, you think I'm getting off work for happy hour?
And I would always be home at 5, like twiddling my
Just
thumbs.
waiting for her.
All my friends work
Right.
crazy
Yeah,
hours.
I was like at work till like 1, 2 a.m. So
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Of
coming and
course.
getting interviewed, and I'm sure everyone is truly benefiting from like the advice that you have to give. Do you want to give a shout out in terms of your YouTube channel?
we didn't do our little intro thing.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hey, I'm Tolu.
I'm Neche, and we're ToluNaeche.